Hello everyone, welcome back to the AAS YouTube channel, and I wanted to do an update of the AAS Journal Author Series. The first video of this went up in about March of 2020, so we're coming up on 2 years, and I wanted to give the 2022 edition of this. And for those of you who don't know, my name is Frank, and I've been a scientific editor for the journal since 2008. So I have 5 questions I'm going to answer, roughly 1 slide per. Why do we do these videos? What's the cadence? Why do we do that cadence? Do we have any metrics on the AAS Journal Author Series? How are they doing view-wise? And how are articles chosen? This is kind of a fact. Usually authors will ask, why did you pick my article? And so I'll talk a little bit about how they're chosen, and then we'll end off with the future of the AAS Journal Author Series. So why do we do these videos? I think I can sum that up in 2 words, and that's building community. So the goal of the series is to connect authors with their article, their human story, that's an important part, and the larger astronomy community. So my purpose for doing this is to build community on this venue of videos. Okay? So each video from start to finish, from when I crack open a volume of one of the journals to when I send the final thank you message to the author, each of those videos takes roughly about 4 hours. Some a little shorter, some a little longer, etc. And so 1 new article video every 3 days is a comfortable pace for me. I can do that. I have for a while done it once every 2 days, and I find that to be a lot of work to go through. So in general, we're going to stick with the once every 3-day cadence, and on occasion when time and mood strikes, I will do it once every 2 days, but in general, once every 3 days. So as you know from watching any of them, they are conversational, they are single take, there's no editing, oopsies are allowed, it's okay, and 0 to minimal preparation is needed. And the target audience for the AAS Journal Author Series is active researchers. So hardball astronomy is okay. I mean, after all, we're talking about a peer-reviewed journal article in APJ, AJ, PSJ, etc. on there. And it's unique content on YouTube. We put so much effort and time into our articles, and yet we never really get to talk about them. You may cut a figure out and you'll put it in a talk for a colloquia or a seminar or something like that, but that's a little different. There you've usually got a mixed audience, you're trying to get a bigger picture across, and so we never really get a chance to delve deep into our articles in sort of a more public forum. And so in this sense, going through these puts unique content up and gives you, the author, a chance to really talk about your article, whatever you want to do. So currently, there's 191 videos in the series, and of the various series, it is the largest by number. Typically, usually, a video will get about 100 views after a few months, but the range is pretty good there. There will be some videos that have 30 views. There are others that have of order 4,000 views. And this largely depends on one's social network. And of course, as diffusion occurs, as word gets out about these videos, you'll get more people viewing them as they go. So just for comparison, a typical sky and telescope video has about 500 views after a few months, and this just reflects the fact that the sky and telescope community is roughly about 5 times larger than the AAS membership. A typical scientific editor video or an ebook video will also get about 100 views per, and so that's sort of where we are on the views of the videos and how impactful they may be. Okay. And so how are articles chosen? There are a number of things I go through when I crack open a volume, and I do go through a volume from the first article to the last article. I go through the entire volume. And things that I look for when I'm going to choose an article. Number 1, we are an international journal, and so it's very important to have that international representation on the videos. Sometimes I will just spend a whole week in a country. I think the last one I did, I spent a week in Spain. So we had a bunch of Spanish authors, and before that I did a week in Russia. I had a week's worth of Russian authors, and so on. So on occasion, I will go and visit entire countries for a week. But generally, I try and mix that up within the regular servings to get that international representation. We also have 6 journals in our portfolio: the AJ, the PSJ, APJ, APJ Letters, APJ Sup, and Research Notes, and they all need representation on the videos. And so I do go through all of our journals. There's also 7 topical corridors, which you can see the corridor badges to the right there on your video. And all of those 7 corridors need representation as well. Can't be all exoplanets, can't be all galaxies. We've got to cover the entire span of the field. And then there are diversity, equity, and inclusion issues, and these must be addressed in the videos as well. And only after all of the above have gone through, I just pick articles that appeal to me. Which ones sound really cool? Which one would I like to talk to the author about their article with? And that, in a nutshell, is how articles are chosen for the videos. So the future, variety is the spice of life. So let me know if you would like to contribute to the channel, either just as an author talking about their paper. That's perfectly fine. Go ahead and reach out. No guarantees, but it will certainly be put on the queue. And if you have a larger vision, if you would like to perhaps consider adding regular content to the channel, reach out and let's have a discussion on what you have in mind. But more people than me should be doing these. It's the way toward the future of making sure this experiment goes long term. And that'll do, and I want to thank you very much for your time, and we will see you on a AAS Journal Author Series soon. Bye-bye.